and I've said this before, and I wrote it in details, but in case you didn't see that, it's completely different what I do and what other people do with my work. And I use videos as visual descriptors or for some reason to tie things together. But the artists who made them still get their point of view across. It's still, they still get the credit. Even if they use stuff from me, they get the credit. So, and anyone that's out there for anyone, they get paid. I put stuff out there and say it's private. It's not for anyone's use. I feel like a lot is pretty self-explanatory, and I make it explicitly clear that what I mean and why I'm using a certain video. But regardless, they still make money, they still get credit, they still get all the perks and all that come with, being treated like a normal human being. And that way they still, still promoting their stuff, and everyone kind of wins, and except for me, because I don't, get the credit or pay when people take my words and my stories and apply them elsewhere as if my life is just non-existent. And so, I'm gonna even pause this, turn it off actually, because I'm not even listening to the news anymore, so you can't even try to imply things or get me back doing anything, or because from now on it's just me. For me, my art, it's not for anyone's use. And you can't get me to do things by insulting me or implying things, because I'm just gonna ignore you from now on. You're not important to me if that's how you treat me. You don't matter to me if that's how you treat me. Why I should have any respect for people at this point is beyond me. When you treat someone like a slave and you cut off all communication, and that's just evil. No one would do that. And I don't care who you are or what your reasons are, because they're absolutely ridiculous. And their excuses. And yeah, I'm working this out as I go anyways. It's never it's always developing. It's always evolving. And there needs to be that freedom to do that. You can't cut off someone's expression and be like, this is what they meant forever and ever, and this is how it's always going to apply, and that's how we can treat her, and that's how we can use that against her. Whatever you're doing, you don't get to do that. Things take on different meanings, they evolve, they may apply only in one sense, in that way, in that time period, and that's up to me, the artist, to decide. You don't get to reinterpret my life. You don't get to use it for my concepts that I've developed and put together and have experienced. You don't get to use that for your campaigns, for your anything. And especially not for free. Are you kidding? What I do is artistic direction here also. A lot of that, I'm not just some muse, and even muses get recognition. Fuck. A lot of what I do is curated, and if it is inspirational, then it is artistic direction, and that's something you pay for. And I've said before also about predictions and all that. It also takes focus, and it's not my focus because it's not the entirety of my channel. And when I do that, you take advantage. So, makes sense. Don't make predictions. And don't give warnings. And sooner or later, people will realize they're not getting what they need. And will leave me alone, hopefully. But it's like vultures, just, I don't know, searching for things that they can use, and I don't get it. Go somewhere else. I never said it was okay. I never signed up for anything. I never said this is the only way I'm going to be forever or whatever, like no one gets to say how you live your life or what you mean or what I meant, like you don't get to decide that. And you don't get to treat me the way you've treated me. And I'm not going to let you hijack this channel or my work or my time in any way. I'm not responsible for what you're responsible for. That's why you're in your job and I'm in my job. I offered help. You didn't take me up on my offer because you want shit for free. That's not my problem. And I'm not going to go out of my way and take up extra time anymore after pretty much not taking a vacation since like 2016, working every day for other people's benefit, for their protection. And I mean, it's a two-way street. You don't always do things to get something back, but you also don't just live on nothing and just say, here, take it all. I don't need anything. I just need air. Like, I don't understand why you think that you can treat me differently than other people, or that anything that you've done is okay, or what you were thinking. And like I said, had someone come forward and explained at least their perspective or their intentions, maybe I could have forgiven that or gone over it, or at least accepted it and like said, okay, fine, but I'm not going to dwell on it, but you still have to like pay. You can't just steal from someone, like, and they never authorized it. Like, what? And I'm not going to just like people, I don't know, like I'm not some huge celebrity. It's not like people actually get to know the real me or see me for who I am. And then, so all they know are these like characters or things that people come up with and misinterpret me. And had they actually known what I'm like, they'd be like, that's pretty rude or something. I mean, it's just like, but you keep me hidden so you can do whatever you want, be your source of creativity. And that's not my job either. I'm sure I said in first few videos that I ever put up, like, meant to be a spark, but even that, I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm not here to give you sparks. I'm here to do my job, which is to be an artist. Give myself sparks. Inspire myself. Inspire me, my life. Live to create, not live to give you things to create with. That is a job, like I said, artistic or creative direction. And that's, I don't know, like, it's completely different. It's different. I don't know. It's just like, it's very confusing to me that people would just assume things and just go off whatever they want and treat someone the way that, however they think works best for them, and with no regard to, and then call me, imply that I'm selfish. Like, what's that commercial? You think you become more of a man when you think of yourself less. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to think of yourself. Sometimes you have to put yourself first because no one else will. And you have to look out for yourself because no one else is paying your bills, and you have to take care of your well-being. And when people's stupid songs are, or whatever they're doing is messing with your mentalness, your emotional well-being and all of that, and you're just up all night trying to figure it out, I really beg to differ that you've ever thought about anyone besides yourself, and that you should never point the finger at someone who gave everything. And there's a limit to that. You can't do that forever. And not justifying it, I just want people to know and realize they like can't just do whatever they want, especially when it comes to someone else's life or interfering. You can't impose your will on someone else, what you want to see them do or how you want to portray them or whatever. You can't interfere with their finances. You can't do any of that. And when I said earlier, like, sometimes you don't get to do everything you want to do, well, that's in certain circumstances. That's a choice. I would choose not to work with certain people. And that's unfortunate because I'd love to work in certain areas. But because of who they are, I'm not going to put myself in that situation. But this is my thing. No one has a say over it. It's not hurting anyone. It's my creative outlet. And I get to do it if I want. You're the only reason I'm quitting. Or been trying to quit. What you guys do, what you do have done to my life. How you don't listen or respect what I ask you not to do. I mean, it's freaking plagiarism if you're like just taking from what I write, putting it off as your own, misinterpreting it, not giving credit. Those are my thoughts, documenting my life, my perspective, my connections. What's important to me, it doesn't matter what's important to you because I'm not working for you. Do you understand? I'm not working for you. You don't own me or my life or have any control over that. My finances are who I see, and you've already interfered with love a million times, and me trying to meet guys, and that is not okay. You just can't not do that to someone, ever. But you're also not going to push me off my own thing either. I'm going to figure out a way to do what I want to do and not give anything to you. Government, whoever's using this the way I said not to, whoever's held me back, whoever's not for you. I'll figure it out.